Okay guys, today our next topic to look at for 2D design is Gestalt Theory. And I hadn't really heard about this till I started kind of studying some 2D design stuff, but I really like this idea because it kind of helps you think about how to make images that people can get more from. So, what is it? Gestalt means a unified whole. The idea is that when humans see a group of objects, they'll see the whole before they see the individual objects. This just comes from the way our brains are wired. When we see things in our environment, we try to make them fit. Like, why do these things fit together? Why are they here? It's almost like our brains are trying to solve a mystery. And we can take advantage of that with these principles. So these are 5 basic Gestalt principles to look at: similarity, continuation, closure, proximity, figure, ground. Let's look at each one. Similarity: when objects look similar to one another, viewers will see them as a group or pattern. So all organic, all geometric, all triangles, all circles, whatever. If you can create similarity, then the image will seem more unified and it will go together better. Continuation describes how the eye is drawn along a path or line and it'll carry it to another object. So we can take the word space and we can take this star and we can kind of connect them together like they belong together with a line that goes through them and meets the other one. So our eye will follow lines and create movement and join things together. Closure. Even though we don't see the edges of the ball, we know it's a soccer ball because we can see these pentagons are bent. So when there's missing information, our brains will fill in the gaps and we'll create an image out of what's just a bunch of kind of bent pentagons, and we'll see a soccer ball. This can be useful to create uncluttered designs because it shows us you don't always have to have all of the information to create an image that the person needs to see. Proximity is when you put things close together, we'll see them as a whole instead of an object. So proximity just means put things together close if you want them to kind of become one. And finally, figure ground. If you focus on the white as the background and you focus on the black as the foreground, you're going to see 2 dogs looking at each other. But if you can kind of do a little mental trick with your brain and instead you focus on this white as the foreground and you kind of think of this black as the background around it, then you're going to see the Space Needle in Seattle. So figure ground's eye's tendency to separate objects from their surrounding background. So your assignment: 1 virtual sketchbook page for each Gestalt principle. So that's going to be 5 total virtual sketchbook pages. Each sketchbook page should have put this already on there, my bad. Each sketchbook page should have 3 examples and the definition for each sketchbook page. It doesn't matter to me what software you guys use. If you prefer to use Google Drawings or if you have access to something else, you can use whatever software you want. You put the page together and try to make it look kind of cool, like all of this goes together. So let's look at some examples really quick. If you type in Gestalt and you add any of those, you're going to find lots and lots of examples. They're usually going to be logos. Some of the examples are nice and already sort of have like the titles connected to them. Like check this one out right here, closure. This would be great. So you need 3 examples for each one. And let's look at a few. This is just really cool. I never noticed this. This is a great example of closure because if you focus on FedEx, you don't really notice this, but if you kind of look at the background space a little bit, then you might see the arrow in the FedEx. So that's an example of figure ground. The white stands out if you focus on this red area as the background. And it's kind of a cool little thing that they did in their logo to kind of keep us thinking. Lots and lots and lots of logos use these. For example, we look at the Amazon logo. It uses continuation. This line, continuity, it moves our eye across the image. And this is kind of interesting too because it could be different things, but this could be a little smiley face, it could be an arrow, A to Z. It's sort of an interesting little thing that they've done with their logo. We also, you can also see different aspects of Gestalt in the same thing because this could be continuation, because it moves us across, but also if you take these two things, they are similar. Could be similarity. They're the similar types of shapes and colors. So a lot of them could be different reasons. So in your sketchbook page, just briefly write kind of like an arrow, something to kind of show me which part of the logo is what you're actually talking about. Because sometimes it won't be perfectly clear, like which part is continuation or which part's similarity or which part's closure, something like that. Okay, so if you haven't used it before, you can go to drawings, like look up Google Drawings. You can create like text boxes for the definitions. There's the definition of figure ground. You can create, and then if you find like, so figure ground is, where's an example of figure ground? That was one, that FedEx logo. There it is. So we can get this figure ground one right here. This is great. Copy this image, paste it in here. Okay. So make sure also on your sketchbook page that it has a nice big title, figure ground. And make it nice and big so everybody knows what this particular sketchbook page is about. There we go. 3 examples, there'd be 1. We need 2 more examples, and there is the text. All right, so 5 things to turn in for this assignment, however you decide, whatever program you decide to use to make it. All right, guys, this will be due in about a week. Have a good week. I'll see you later.